One man quietly controls an empire worth over $400 billion, more than the GDP of some country. From a quiet childhood in France, Bernard Arnault rose from modest beginnings to become the silent force behind a $400 billion luxury kingdom. From Louis Vuitton to Dior, Moat to Bulgari, his brands don't just sell product. They dictate trends, shape desires, and define status. Louis Vuitton alone is worth $124.8 billion, earning $22 billion in revenue and $6 billion in profit. Christian Dior adds billions more, while Sephora, Moat, Hennessy, Bulgari, and Tiffany push LVMH's total revenue beyond $80 billion, with $20 billion plus profit. How does one man turn vision into billions, hold absolute control, and silently dominate luxury, fashion, spirits, all without ever seeking fame? Bernard Arnault isn't just rich. He is the silent king of global luxury.
Born in 1949 in Roubaix, France, Bernard Jean-Étienne Arnault showed early signs of ambition. He studied engineering, but his real education came from the family business. In 1971, he joined his father's construction company, but soon, luxury called. By 1984, Arnault had set his sights on LVMH, the world's future luxury giant. He bought companies others ignored, invested wisely, and slowly built an empire no one could challenge.
2025, Bernard Arnault's net worth is estimated at about $191.6 billion, according to real-time billionaire trackers, enough to rank him number 7 in the world's richest list. At times his wealth has fluctuated, from highs above $200 billion to historic dips due to market changes, but he remains one of the richest people alive. And unlike many tech billionaires, his wealth isn't from software or chips, it's from luxury goods, from handbags to champagne, from couture to cosmetics. Question: how does a luxury tycoon compete with tech giants like Musk, Bezos, and Gates for world billionaire rankings?
What are the deep secrets behind Arnault's power? Family dominance ensures long-term control. Strategic brand management, letting creative shine, but holding total business control. Predicting and monopolizing luxury trends before competitors. Using commerce influence to maintain pricing power and global market dominance. Fact: despite a net worth of $190 to $200 billion, Arnault's control over LVMH makes him a force in global finance, luxury, and commerce, shaping both governments and industry. Question: is Bernard Arnault just rich, or is he an invisible ruler of luxury, money, and global influence? Arnault's power is not just wealth, it's influence. His LVMH empire impacts global trade. France's luxury exports contribute billions yearly. Governments consult or align with LVMH policies for economic reasons. Art, museums, and cultural institutions feel his touch, shaping global culture and prestige. Fact: Arnault controls over 180,000 employees worldwide, and the brands he owns dictate luxury trends across continents. Question: can a single billionaire quietly shape markets, governments, and global commerce at the same time?
Arnault didn't start in fashion, he started in construction. Then in 1984, he made a bold move. He bought Christian Dior and transformed it into a global luxury leader. Today, he oversees a luxury giant worth hundreds of billions of dollars, a company that dominates fashion, beauty, wine and spirits, watches, jewelry, and retail across the world. Global trend prediction sets trends decades ahead in fashion, cosmetics, and luxury. Influence without spotlight. Unlike tech billionaires, Arnault quietly controls commerce and money flows globally. Question: how does one man control over $450 billion in assets, influence markets, and even shape luxury commerce worldwide without headlines following him? What makes Arnault unstoppable? Family control ensures dynasty continuity. Strategic investments in undervalued brands. Balances creative freedom and business control. Predicts luxury trends decades in advance. Fact: despite being worth over $190 billion, Arnault rarely seeks media attention, yet his influence over the $450 billion LVMH empire is undeniable. Question: is Bernard Arnault just a billionaire, or a strategic genius shaping the global luxury economy? Bernard Arnault controls the world's largest luxury empire, LVMH, with a total market value of over $400 billion. Fashion and leather. Louis Vuitton, brand value, $124.8 billion, annual revenue, $22 billion, profit, $6 billion. Christian Dior, brand value, $60 billion, revenue, $6 billion, profit, $2 billion. Beauty and retail. Sephora, brand value, $50 billion, revenue, $18 billion, profit, $3 billion. Benefit Cosmetics, Fenty Beauty, Givenchy Beauty, combined revenue, $5 billion. Wines and spirits. Moët and Chandon, revenue, $6 billion, profit, $1.5 billion. Veuve Clicquot, revenue, $1.5 billion, profit, $0.5 billion. Dom Perignon, revenue, $0.9 billion, profit, $0.3 billion. Hennessy, revenue, $8 billion, profit, $3 billion. Jewelry and watches. Bulgari, revenue, $2.5 billion, profit, $0.8 billion. Tag Heuer, revenue, $1.5 billion, profit, $0.5 billion. Tiffany Co, revenue, $6 billion, profit, $2 billion. Altogether, LVMH earns over $80 billion in annual revenue, with more than $20 billion in profit. This is why Bernard Arnault isn't just rich. He owns the business of luxury itself.
What makes Bernard Arnault the master of luxury? Buying undervalued brands, like Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, Fendi. Predicting global trends, from handbags to high-end fashion and perfume. Silent control. While the world talks about tech billionaires, Arnault quietly dominates luxury. Question: how does one man control 70-plus brands with combined revenue exceeding $85 billion annually without headlines following him everywhere?
What sets Bernard Arnault apart? His strategy is simple, yet genius. Acquire undervalued luxury brands and turn them into global icons. Keep his empire almost invisible, staying out of headlines while making billions. Balance creativity and business, letting designers shine but controlling the empire. By 1990s, LVMH became the largest luxury conglomerate, but few understood the mind behind it. Arnault's approach? Silent, calculated, and almost mysterious. A billionaire who prefers action over attention.
Bernard Arnault, the French billionaire behind LVMH, became the world's richest person 5 times. December 16, 2019, Arnault overtook Jeff Bezos with a net worth of $112 billion. January 2020, he held number 1 again with $114 billion as LVMH stock climbed. May 24, 2021, his wealth soared to $186.3 billion, a $72 billion increase in 14 months, surpassing Bezos and Musk. July 2021, another surge brought him to $198.9 billion, reclaiming number 1. April 2023, at the peak of luxury sales, Arnault reached $211 billion, beating tech billionaires once more. Quote from Arnault: "Luxury is not about selling a product, it's about creating emotion." From $112 billion in 2019 to $211 billion in 2023, his wealth more than doubled in 4 years, showing the power of luxury, strategy, and global influence.
Bernard Arnault isn't just wealthy, he's one of the most powerful people in the world. His billions don't just buy products, they shape economies, influence governments, and define culture. From a construction background to a luxury empire worth tens of billions every year, this is the real story of a man who changed the way the world sees luxury. What do you think? Will Arnault stay at the top of the billionaire list, or will someone like Elon Musk reclaim the throne? Comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for episode 8, where we expose another billionaire's secrets.
This historic rise shows how Arnault wields power, influence, and money unlike any other billionaire outside tech.
2025. Bernard Arnault's net worth is estimated at about $191.6 billion, according to real-time billionaire trackers, enough to rank him number 7 in the world's richest list. At times his wealth has fluctuated, from highs above $200 billion to historic dips due to market changes, but he remains one of the richest people alive.
So, what are the secrets behind Bernard Arnault's empire? He invests quietly in brands others ignore, maintains almost total control while keeping the spotlight on designers, predicts global luxury trends before anyone else, keeps family involved, ensuring continuity and secrecy. Many call him the invisible king of luxury. His moves are calculated, almost machine-like, but driven by human ambition and vision. Bernard Arnault is not just a billionaire, he is a critical player in France's economy. Globe showing Europe-Africa. LVMH contributes billions in luxury exports, making France a global luxury hub. Government policies often consider the empire's impact on trade, employment, and taxes. His companies influence global culture, luxury markets, and art institutions. Fact: Arnault controls over 180,000 employees worldwide, and his brands dictate fashion, beauty, and luxury trends across continents. Question: Can a single billionaire truly shape a country's economy and global commerce simultaneously? Bernard Arnault isn't just wealthy, he's one of the most powerful people in the world. His billions don't just buy products, they shape economies, influence governments, and define culture. From a construction background to a luxury empire worth tens of billions every year, this is the real story of a man who changed the way the world sees luxury. In 2025, Arnault's net worth is around $191.6 billion, ranking number 7 richest globally. Unlike tech billionaires, his wealth comes from real assets, brands, stores, and global influence rather than digital product. Fact: He's often the richest non-American, controlling one of the most influential luxury empires in history. Globally, Arnault's influence is unmatched. His brands dictate fashion trends, red carpet appearances, and global luxury pricing. LVMH sets cultural trends in beauty, fashion, and lifestyle, operates across Europe, US, China, Middle East, impacting global commerce. Family succession ensures.
This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The content is based on theories and not verified facts.
Question: Is Arnault just wealthy, or is he an invisible ruler of global luxury, culture, and markets? Arnault's empire isn't just private wealth, it drives France's economy. LVMH accounts for billions in luxury exports, helping France dominate global luxury markets. The French government considers his influence in policy discussions. Wealth taxes and export regulations are scrutinized due to LVMH's role. Arnault warned that proposed taxes could be deadly for France's economy, highlighting his political and economic power. Fact: LVMH's luxury export revenue exceeds some entire French industry sector. Question: Can one man's empire really shape a nation's economy? Bernard Arnault, the French billionaire behind LVMH, the world's largest luxury empire, briefly became the richest person on earth in January 2024, surpassing Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Beyond fashion, Arnault's brands shape global trends, from runway shows and pop culture to beauty and celebrity influence. Louis Vuitton bags define status everywhere from Tokyo to New York. Sephora dictates beauty trends across continents. Champagne labels like Moët and Chandon are staples at global celebration. His reach pushes not only revenue, but culture, influencing how the world thinks about luxury itself. Quote from Arnault: "I like to invest in things that others don't see value in yet." That mindset helped him turn struggling brands into global icons. Question: Is he a business mogul, or a global culture architect? Arnault's empire is built on LVMH, a luxury giant that owns more than 70 brands across fashion, jewelry, beauty, wine and spirits, and selective retailing. Forbes. Here are key brands and their impact. Louis Vuitton, the flagship brand and largest single contributor to group revenue. Christian Dior, multi-billion-dollar fashion and perfume powerhouse. Sephora, beauty retail empire with massive global sales. Moët and Chandon, Veuve Clicquot and Dom Perignon, champagne royalty. Hennessy, cognac titan with huge global reach. Bulgari, Tiffany Co, Fendi, Givenchy, Celine, Louis, luxury jewelry, handbags, elite fashion. Bar chart: LVMH financial snapshot, 2024-25. Revenue, €84.7 billion, 95 to $99 billion. Net income, Euro 12.6 billion. Assets, Euro 149 billion. Market value, 2025 hundreds of billions, often competing with major global corporations. Forbes. Question: What other company can earn $90 billion a year selling handbags, perfume, watches, and champagne? Bernard Arnault is one of the world's richest people. A man who turned luxury into global power, but who truly controls the LVMH empire behind closed doors, where billions move in silence and fortunes are made overnight. And the question that will decide the future of luxury: will the Arnault legacy survive the next generation? Or will ambition, power, and ruthless succession tear the empire apart?